All right. Hey. It's Sunday, February 11th, 2023. 2024. Wow. It just flies by. The last time this cat was here, it was 2023. I got a real good guy in town training with me for the NFL Combine, the Pro Days from Canada, Mr. Theo.
You're going to get it. We walked through it yesterday.
Benedet. I always say Benedict because I had a Benedict, but it's Benedet.
Yeah.
And you're Italian.
Yeah, my mom's side, yeah.
Yeah. So Theo is in town training Canadian Pipeline. It was one of the other podcasts we had, and he was on the podcast last year, right?
With Sasha.
For the first time with Sasha. That's right. Sasha, the Canadian agent. He's, the Jerry Maguire of Canada. So, and now Theo chose to come back into the States and train with me and live with me for 7 weeks and get going. And Theo, welcome back. Welcome to the Wood Gym.
Thank you. It's an honor to be in here, man.
Yeah, man.
Church of Petrone, getting better.
It is, man. It's crazy. All right, so tell me about it. Tell me when, what the experience is going. How your first week is in the books. We just finished 1 week of training. We have 6 more to go, and then it's off to Vancouver to blow them out and be, playing the NFL. It's that easy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's been going good. I mean, you said at the start that I chose to come back. It wasn't even really a choice. I mean, ever since season finished, I've just been looking forward to getting down here and, getting really isolated on the work and getting better. And this first week, I mean, we've seen in some of the numbers, like already huge jumps and stuff. So, it's exciting to see where we can take it.
And last year you came in before the Shrine, the East-West game, right? And then you were talking about, You had the option of going pro or going back to college, and you had a back issue. Yeah. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I had planned to go back to school at the end of the 2022 season, and then I got the invite to the Shrine after that, and I just felt that it was a good opportunity for me that I didn't know if I'd have the next year, even if I had chosen to go back and coming out again. So I decided to go kind of with the idea in mind that we'd take it day by day and see if I wanted to go in the process. But at the end, I knew at least it would be a big learning opportunity for me just to go against, American competition, play with American rules, which it ended up being. I made a decision to go back, A, because I wanted to win a championship with my teammates, and B, because I felt like I had a lot of room still to improve as a prospect, especially fixing my back and stuff like that. So I did that, came back, and then now I'm ready to go all out for the pro day.
And you're, I don't know if you guys know this, our viewers, listeners, and Griff and Ben, but he was the number 1 Canadian prospect coming out of the States down here. So, I mean, I'm pretty relaxed with it. I'm really enjoying it. I mean, you're amazing to coach. I mean, you got all the tangibles that I see, so I'm not even sweating it. I just hope you remember me when you get to the NFL.
It'd be impossible to forget.
All right. So what are the next 6 weeks look like? So take us through just, your days and don't give them all the secrets of what we do, but, just what we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, we've been training morning and night, just finding ways to get better. I think we've had good splits in terms of, obviously, you know what you're doing with making sure that if we're pushing, one type of workout, one body part, that has time to recover while we push something else. So, yeah, it's been great. And I mean, waking up the mornings is terrible, but once you're in here and you get going and stuff, then that's when you start to really enjoy it.
And Griff, he's getting a lot of life advice from me in the cars. I think he's probably going, what the hell? But then it all falls true. That's what's so crazy.
Exactly. It's part of what you pay for it when you.
The training's secondary. The life advice is where it's at. It's going to be. I mean, I look, every year it's always like, oh gosh, but then after it's said and done, especially there's probably a 80-20 chance I'm going to Vancouver, so that'd be cool for the pro day. That'd be amazing. If I'm still alive in 7 weeks, you never know. So take me through. We talked about this, and you guys understand this because you were in the shows about mental toughness. I wanted to hit on that point. We talked about last couple days, and not that we have had debates about it, but just what what the difference was And I don't know if you listened to all 6. I'm sure you haven't, but that's okay. I just want your take on your definition of mental toughness, because I thought you had some good insights, and I promised you that I'd bring it back up on the show.
Yeah, I mean, to me, mental toughness, part of it is obviously being over, like if you're sore in the morning, get out of bed and stuff like that. But it's also, understanding when you have to put that effort in, when you can be more relaxed, and understanding that you can't have the same attitude and approach to different types of people and stuff like that. And then the other side to it, I think, is like you've kind of instilled in me the last few days as we've talked about, approaching life wanting to live every day, not just survive it. That takes a mindset switch that isn't easy. Like it doesn't come naturally when you're waking up and everything's sore, but it's something you have to almost force yourself to do, and then I think can become more natural as you see how rewarding it can be.
Yeah, and then like again at 55, I take it a different level of what you just said there. It's like, wow, waking up being sore. It'd be like, wow, waking up, I'm sore. Man, I did something well the day before. Mm-hmm. So, it's always that switch. And I'm not trying to be like Tony Robbins. I mean, I just won't surrender to down days. It just won't. I mean,
there it is, mental toughness.
I guess that's what I am, but it won't happen. I won't allow it. And because I just think that you're, like I told you, like God gave you this day, and it's a blessed day, and you better live it. Whatever's going around in your circle, you still have to live your day. And I just won't sit on the couch and get in those thoughts and be depressed. It's just not on my radar. And I don't think anybody in this room, it's on their radar. It's just not what it is. And that's why it's always do something with a smile on it, whatever it's doing. And I think that's what it takes. And that's why I love my place by myself, of taking out the trash and cleaning the toilets and doing things. And people are like, oh, you're Charlie Petrone, you don't have to do that. I'm like, no, I don't have to, but I want to,
right.
Because I feel like other people have done that. And of course, Jesus Christ did that. So why can't I do that? And I think when you go around that route, makes the day so much easier, even though everybody's like, oh, it's hard is easy and whatever. But it's like, that's really looking forward to today, looking forward to L drills or man, I got somebody I could train today. I still do that at 33 years in the business. I'm still like, man, there's voicemails and text messages and emails of how people still want to train with me. That's awesome. I never take a day for granted or an hour for granted. And I think if you go through a day like that, like it's one more day, and Griff knows this through his life. It's like one step, one more day. You talk about alcoholics drinking, and are you ever going to drink again? Well, I don't know about that, but today I'm not going to. And then that leads, it steps on days, just like your training of like, man, right today we're doing this and wait until this. And that I wanted to hit on that as we talk about, Griff, and you'll understand this, is I know we're not supposed to look in the future and live today as present, because tomorrow's day will bring its own. I think that's in Psalm or Matthew, Griff. But it'll bring its own worries. Don't worry about tomorrow, just stay in today. But what I find in our society with our generation that's sitting in this room, mid-20s, late 20s, early 20s, is nobody sets goals and visions and deadlines anymore. They don't have calendars on anymore. So I came up with the 3-6-9 principle for a lot of people in here of write me a 3-month goal, a 6-month goal, and a 9-month goal. Do you know how many people can do that? They get frustrated. They sit and I go, I couldn't write it. And I was like, well, we need to reprogram your whole mind and your whole set of what you want to do and how you're going to do it, because nobody does that anymore. And I think that's why I go back to training is by that date, March 28th or 29th for Vancouver, you will hit this, this, and this. And I will do this like I do it every year. I will write all your goals and I send them over to Sasha before Pro Day. And then you get to open them up and go, oh my gosh,
yeah,
he was spot on or right there, whatever it is, because we hit goals. What do you think society is? Is it the same in Canada? Because I know your states are different.
No, but totally that's the right, a great observation, because and having a date set like a pro day, you can't cheat it. Like lots of people in their life, they'll say they'll have goals, but if they don't get it, 2 weeks from now, so I'll just get it another 2 weeks from now and then keep moving back. But at the end of the day, like at the pro day, the numbers will tell the truth, you know. So that in and of itself will keep you accountable, just because you don't have a pro day in your own life doesn't mean you can't set those kind of hard deadlines and demand those things out of yourself. And it's interesting you say that, because obviously I've had some success in my college career, and I haven't accomplished the goals I want to yet. But when I've had like younger teammates and stuff ask me how they can find success in college, that's the first thing I always tell them is you have to have set goals. Like I came into college wanting to be an All-Canadian, did that by my third year. Wanting to be an academic All-Canadian, did that by my third year. So I had long-term goals, and then short-term, like I would approach every offseason and say I want to gain 20 pounds, not just say I want to put on weight. Like you put a number on it, I want to gain 20 pounds. I want to add 50 pounds to my squat or whatever, stuff like that. And I think that's what really propelled me, I think, to success.
Well, and that goes with athletics. I think that what you put into is what you get out of it. And I understand also the consequence. Like, there's no consequences anymore if you don't hit a goal, because nobody sets a goal. But your consequence, March 28th or 29th,
a lot of money,
is a livelihood.
Yep.
You know, do you play in the league for 10 years, or do you shit the bed and not have a good pro day?
Yep.
You know, so I think that's, I mean, we go on the mental toughness and the goals and the visions, and you talk about these vision boards, and, you have to speak it. And that's, again, what Jesus says. It's speak it loudly. And even he says, don't ask for little things, ask for big things. Like I want to be the best, so then I could provide for this or that or this. And don't, we just studied that today, and I know you're going to laugh, but Revelations came up this morning while I was drinking coffee, and it talked about lukewarm. The hot or cold thing came through my phone, and I just talked to you about that yesterday.
Yep.
About how you can't do anything. Lukewarm is lukewarm biblically is half-ass for street talk. And I think you can't do anything that way. And I think Ben understands that, like, I'm either hot or cold, but it can't be any other way. And it's blue chips in, even with this whole combine training you're doing. It's like all in. Like, you got the meal set. The chef is at the house now doing your meals for the week, and you're eating those meals. And man, what a great Saturday night we had of having pizza pie with Bruce Wilkerson, my guy from that worked with you last year, offensive lineman. He's one of my 4 horsemen on the wall, Super Bowl champ. And even you got in the car and you're like, man, it's so cool. Like, you wouldn't even know that he was Super Bowl champ, just the way he handles himself and just his talk and just eating pizza and having a beverage and just chilling. And I was like, totally. These are all the wood gym guys. It's all the same way. And I think, he's a blessing for you also. We can make sure maybe we see him today, but he's doing that one party or something for the Raiders. That's right. He stayed back for Big Booty Rudy. We went to a cool place called Crafty Bastard. And but there's one in Kingston Pike by Calhoun's, and they do gluten-free pizza by. Freddie said they do gluten-free beers, but they don't. So they have reduced gluten-free, but it's not the same. I ain't messing around with that, being a celiac disease guy. But it was good. It was a good time. But even those times are cool. It's like you could chill. Like, where else can you live with your trainer and go eat with your trainer on a Saturday night, and you see everything, But tell me about that experience when you first came down. Was that like unorthodox? Because I've had some agents before send guys here, and they're like, I'm not telling them they're coming to live with you until they land because it's really weird. Is it weird?
I wouldn't say weird, but it is unorthodox. Like, it's a different experience, I think, than you'd get anywhere else. But Sasha told me that up front, and to me, that's an advantage, because if you come in here for however long a day, 2-4 hours, and that's all the time you spend with your trainer, they can only get to know you so much, what motivates you, what you need. Whereas if you're spending, all of your waking hours basically either with or around your trainer, it's a different advantage in terms of the connection you can build and then put back into the work and the improvement. So to me, that made logical sense to do that.
Yeah, and you're with somebody 24/7. Yeah. And then I do think that champions prevail at the end of, like, okay, how does he live his day and what success looks like? Okay, well, he doesn't sleep in, he doesn't get belligerent drunk, he doesn't, he takes time to train himself. And when we're done, hey guys, can I get something in for a minute or whatever? And and it's real, it's real and authentic. And I think that's what, I'm defined as, is like what you see is what you get. Griff's old man, Keith DeLongo, always said that back in the 80s and 90s, is like, he don't beat around the bush, like he is what he is, and take it or leave it. And I think it's a all in, all out here with the wood gym of like, you're all in. Like it's 7 days a week, and we're always like, let's do more. And more is good, when it comes to combine training. And you just have me. I think that's the separation. We talked about the other combine places where you have like assistants and interns, and you see the head guy 2 or 3 times, and it's like, I just couldn't do that. Just not how I'm wired. I have to be hands on. Like I said,
because you take ownership of your work too.
I have to. Yeah. I mean, if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it all goes back to boxing, jiu-jitsu. It's you against you. It's like, you get the win or not the win, and I love that. It's and you learn from the L's too. I think it's amazing. I personally think you're going to blow up. I think Sasha scored a great talent, but better, a great guy. I think you're awesome.
That,
I think you're a good guy. You could take a lot of my shit. So, and it's a lot. I think you're going to crush it, and I appreciate the guys coming in on a Sunday, and
nice.
Hell, I think we check back in 7 weeks and see how it is after. I think that I've never done that before, of starting somebody.
I like that.
I like that too. I think that would be cool. So nothing big today, just wrapping up. Just, hell, we did some more chalk talk before this. So, man, I think mimosas and maybe a stogie and anything else I could pop in my mouth is calling my name right now. So, you play hard, you go hard, you train hard.
Sure.
All right, everybody, a happy Sunday.
Cheers.
Knock it out. Let's go, 49ers.
Go Chiefs.
Oh, Chiefs. Taylor Swift.